Hello everybody, welcome to episode 22 of basically Beginner's Guide to Modifying Your Hasbro 84 Proton Pack. Today, I'm going to give you a quick little update on my red light diffuser situation here. So, as you guys know, in my last video, I tried some stuff and it didn't work. I failed miserably, but then I just got a comment from someone on my YouTube channel that said, try using cooking paper, like cookie paper, whatever you call it, cooking paper. So I actually tried that, not thinking it would actually work, and it kind of works. Not perfectly, but it works a lot better than the film that I was trying to use. So I want to show you that real quick. So here I just have some cookie paper or cooking paper, whatever you want to call it. This wax paper for cooking. And I'm covering up the top two lenses here. All right, so I got the top two lenses covered in that wax paper and the bottom two not. So let's see the difference here. It is way, way better. Way better. You almost cannot see those three lights. And that's 2-ply, right? So that's taking one piece of paper and doubling it up. I bet if I used one more piece of paper over that, you won't see those. Well, you see them when the light goes off, though. Yeah, you definitely can still see them on camera. Not as much in person, but definitely still there on camera. That's weird. When the lights are on, you don't see them. Just barely. That's a huge difference. From this angle with the lights on, you don't, that's perfect right there. This one you see them a little bit. Huh. So I wonder, let's put 4 on there. Now the more you do, obviously, it's gonna cut some of the light. It's gonna dim the light, it's not gonna be as bright. All right, so this is what 4 looks like. I don't see the 3 lights at all now. But let's turn the lights out. And they're back. I don't understand how that works. But I'll be honest, in person, I don't see these 3 lights in person. In person, it works. I mean, you can kind of still see like a triangle slightly, but it's definitely way better in person. It does not show those 3 lights like it does on camera. Huh. That's so weird. But you can see how much brighter it is though without them. Turn the lights back on and they disappear. With the lights on, they're perfect. So I don't know, guys. It's up to you guys if that's something you want to try. But yeah, thanks for whoever left that comment. That's interesting. Wax paper. Alright guys, so that's my diffuser update. I thought that might actually work, but now I'll be honest with you, in person it works way better. For some reason, when you film these lights with a camera, it really shows through those LEDs, but in person it actually works. That wax paper ain't that bad, so just throwing that out there. Thanks for whoever left that comment, appreciate it. Today's video is really about something else, something simple. It's just about adding more movie accurate screws than the ones that are on the stock pack here. So 2 of these I did off camera, I wasn't even going to make a video about these, but on the bottom there, the hack socket screws, one there. I added those for movie accuracy. And what those actually are, guys, is those are screws that they're connected on the real pack in the movie. Those screws are connected to the inside to an angle bracket, or angle bracket. That angle bracket is connected to the real motherboard. And that's how the motherboard connects to the rest of the pack. That's how this thing is heavy, guys. Like, I can barely hold this thing right now. I'm like losing my breath. So that's the real motherboard connects to an angle bracket on the inside, and that's what that screw would be holding down. I put those screws in just for looks, but that's what those actually do. Now, along with the screw that we added in right here, that would be connected to the motherboard as well with those angle brackets, and then that one as well. Those would be the 4 mounting points that connect the pack to the motherboard and on the real pack in the movies. Okay. The way we did it, it's just for looks, just to make it look more movie accurate, but that's what these actually are for. Now, that's a whole nother video that's coming very soon. The motherboard that I'll be making. So I'll get to that later. But anyways, guys, that's that. Now, the other screws that I want to do today are these 2 screws on the bumpers. So you got those 2 there, and then you got these 2 on this side. Now, from all the research that I have done, oh my God, this pack. From all the research that I've done, those are supposed to be obviously the same socket head screws that we use for everything else on the pack. These are the big quarter ones here. But those call for 832s, which are a lot smaller. Gotta find where those are at. So these are your 832 size, right? And then your much bigger quarter scale ones look like that. Okay, so these are way bigger. Everything that I read says these are the ones they use on the side of the bumpers here with a washer. So to me that looks about right. I still feel like they should be slightly bigger. I don't know why. Everything that the pack calls for that says uses these size sockets, it just seems too small for me. Like they said, this is used for the ladder. That looks so tiny. When you look at the actual packs in the movie, it just seems like it's a much bigger screw. But this is what they say they use. So let's see. I do have a size a little bit bigger if it doesn't look right to me, but I don't know. I don't know which ones I want to use. Again, from all the research I have looked up, 832 is the size they use for the bumpers, but it just doesn't seem right to me. So here is some 1024s. Okay. So these are a little bit bigger than the 832s, definitely smaller than the quarter ones. And to me, those just look more accurate. So I think I'm going to use the 1024s. It looks so much more accurate. So, all right, guys. So everything I read, 832s. If you want to be 1000% movie accurate, I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm going with the little bit bigger ones, the 10/24s. I believe. Well, yeah. I'll leave. I guess I'll leave in the description what these are, but you can get these at any hardware store. Yeah. So, decide what you want to do. It's your pack. That's what's great about these is you can do whatever you want to do. It's your pack. You can customize it any way you want. So, I'm going to go with the 10/24s with the washer that goes around it like that. Now, these screws actually hold these pegs on to slide the bumper onto the cyclotron, right? So we can't mess those up. These have to stay functional the way they are. So if we take these screws out, this is just going to fall off, right? And if we take the screws out and hold it together and drill through it, these are probably still not going to go through this because it's too skinny to where these screws basically what I'm trying to get is these screws will no longer be actually holding these on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these screws out. I'm going to super glue. Oh God, yes, I'm super gluing. I super glue everything, right? I'm going to super glue these in right where they're at now. Then when I drill my holes for the real screws, these screws won't be functional. They're not actually going to be holding these tabs on. They're just going to be there for looks, and the tabs will still be in place and not moving and not going anywhere, if any of that makes any sense. That's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. So let's try to get this pack a little out of the way. Jesus, so heavy. So let's figure this out, guys. Let's take out these screws here. One, two, and then this pops right out like that. So you see what I mean? If I drilled holes into there, I feel like it's just gonna split and the screw's not actually gonna go in there. It might. I don't think so though. I think the hole's gonna have to be too big to fit inside those holes. So, just in case, I'm just gonna go ahead, throw some super glue on this, put it back in, wait for it to dry, then go ahead and drill my holes, and then put my screws in. So, let's do that real quick here. Just put some on the ends, like this. Definitely don't want it going anywhere. Alright. And we will slide that back in where it belongs. Get it in there tight. And let the super glue do its job. While it's doing that, we'll take this one out. Now this is a mod I actually did not do. It's another one that I actually did not do on my Afterlife pack. There was a bunch of stuff I still wanted to do to that pack, and someone just saw my video of my pack, almost completed pack, on YouTube and just said, hey, I will pay you this much for that pack right now. That's how good they thought it was. And honestly, guys, I could have used the money at that time, so I took it. I regret it. I regret it because it was super good. Like, it was really good the way I did that pack. But, you know, there's times where we all need help monetarily, and that was a time where I definitely could have used the money more than keep the pack. So that's what I did. All right, so we're just going to wait for the super glue to dry a little bit here before we start drilling. All right, guys, so while I was waiting for all that glue to dry, I actually realized that these screws, these 10 by 24s that I got here, actually fit right inside those holes, ready to go. So I do not have to drill anything right there. These will screw right in. Now my only concern is that these screws are kind of long. I think these are 3/4 or 3/4, yeah, 3/4 inch. So these might go in there. It looks like they're going to stop right before this part, the flat part there. So we shall see. We are putting the washer on them, so that'll help that a little bit, so they won't go as deep. But let's see what happens here if I start screwing this in. Let's see. Now we definitely don't want these tabs to break or snap, so I'm going to go real slow. Those holes fit perfectly for these screws. Okay, so it's starting to pop this out a little bit here. So I might have to drill these holes anyway. Let me see. This should tighten back down when I get to the bottom, but I'm going real slow just in case. I mean, it's going through it real good. But you can see it's kind of popping these two pieces out. But I'm hoping once I tighten that all the way down that that'll go back. I am a little worried, like I said, about how long these screws are. I should have found ones that were shorter, since this is just for cosmetics, not for it to really hold it down, which actually this screw will be holding this down now. But okay, let's see if that tightens it in a little bit. It is pulling it in. Again, I'm going to be very careful. Okay, so it does pull it back in. Once I get this second one in, it should do the trick. But already looking way better. Way more movie accurate. Now at first it wants to pop that outward, but then you can bring it back in once you tighten it all the way. I swear, some of these things on this pack, guys, I know they did make a lot of these things with the modification or the modifiers like me and mine. But some of the stuff is just like, did they make this for this? Because it just works. I heard a little crack, so I'm just going to slow down. Again, we are working with pretty delicate plastic, guys, so you just want to... Heard another crack. I'm pretty sure that's just going through the tab. It's obviously putting stress on the tabs. You can see the white stress marks there. But as long as it doesn't break it, all right, now I just want to pull the bumper in a little bit. All right, it's pulling it in. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. All right. So that worked. You can see it pulled it out a little bit here. I could pull that all the way in, I'm almost sure of it. But I don't want to stress this tab out too much more. You can see the white marks, that's because it's kind of stretching out the plastic there. Let me just make sure this goes back in with no issue. No issue at all. And wow, guys, that looks so much better. That is awesome. That is sick. All right. All right, let's just do it to the same thing to this side. Now you definitely want to make sure these screws are going straight because they're going through this skinny tab. So they got to go straight up, like straight through here. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go cockeyed and bust out of that tab there. So you definitely want to make them straight. Again, don't over tighten it. Definitely don't over tighten it. Got one in there. Oh God, this is sweet. Okay, getting excited now. This is so much better, guys. So much better than those screws that were in here. Voila. Boom. Boom. Looks 100 times better, guys. Look at that. Movie accurate. To the 1984 pack. Now the Ghostbusters 2 pack, 1989 pack, those are different screws. Those are actually just Phillip head screws again, but they're black and they still look better than these. But no, on the 84, that's what's on the 84, baby. So everything works still. Nothing's broke. It looks a million times better. And it took what? 10 minutes, guys? Look at that. Look at that. That is so much better, guys. Oh, yeah. It's all about the final touches. It's all about the final touches. Look at that. Sweet. Oh my God. Loving it, loving it, loving it. This pack is so heavy. God. Alright guys, that is it for some more movie accurate screws. The only other screws I need to replace, let's turn this off now, are these ones here. And I still haven't I always do that. I think I'm gonna break my wand. These two here and these two back here are the only ones that still need to be, I think, fixed. But I gotta look into these. I'm not sure what those are supposed to be, or if those are even supposed to be there at all. I'm not sure about that, guys. If you do know, leave a comment below. And yeah, we're getting there, guys. Like, what else is there to do besides the motherboard, weathering? I am still waiting for my real ion arm here. That sucks. I'm not gonna get this for another few weeks probably. So I am waiting for that from gbfans.com. Then once that is on, I'll be able to finish the blue hose from here to go up to the ion arm. So we do have that. But other than that, it's building my motherboard, throwing on the Alice frame, which I still am waiting for the Alice frame spacers and screws and the actual hardware to put that on. Everyone's sold out everywhere. I could have picked it up at a couple times at some places. I chose not to because I thought it was overpriced, and then I also would have to wait a month anyway. Well, now I've waited so long that either no one has them or I'm still gonna have to wait another month to get some. There is a guy right now that I've been talking to. He said he should have some more next week, and that if I can catch them while they're in, I'll be able to get them in like a week, hopefully. So kind of betting on that. But yeah, I actually have nothing to attach my Alice frame with right now. But the next video is definitely going to be the motherboard that I'm going to show you how I build my motherboard. And I'm also going to give you way more expensive options to actually have a more movie accurate one. The one that I do is really cheap, and it just really is made to cover up the stock motherboard on this pack. But it does a great job. I think it looks great, especially for the price. So yeah, guys, that's it. The motherboard, weathering, and waiting for this iron arm. That's pretty much it, guys. And we are at the home stretch. So anyway, hope you guys hope your modding's going good. Hope this gives you some ideas. And yeah, that's it, guys. Take care, keep modding, and I forgot what I was going to say. I'm totally thinking about three things at once right now. I'm actually thinking about other parts of this pack as I'm saying goodbye, and I'm like, I totally lost my oh, you know what I just realized? I just realized that when I put the real clippered valve on my wand, that I used the original screws that came with it and not the screws I'm supposed to. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. How did I overlook that? All right. Anyways, keep modding, keep busting, take care of one another. I'll talk to you later. See you guys.